This is a video describing how to use a written method to add 5-digit numbers together. Before we get there, we're going to add 3- and 4-digit numbers together, and after that I'm going to give you a chance to do one that we're then going to go through all together. If at any point you feel stuck or you would like to try and see what I've done again, then just stop the video, go back to where you were comfortable and then start it again. You might take a few plays of the video before you really get it, but that's absolutely fine. The numbers that we're going to add together first are 345 and 489. I'm going to write these out in their place value columns. So that is the hundreds, tens and the units. So 340 and 5 and 480 and 9. And if I don't do that in the right, put them in the right columns, then we won't get the right answer in the end. As you can see from the top, I've used the 345. I've used the addition sign, 489, and the equal sign as well. The next thing I need to do is to add the 5 and the 9. The 5 and 9 is 14. The 4 in 14 is 4 units, so I'm going to put the 4 in the units column. The 1 in 14, which I need to carry across to the tens column, is going to go down here, which we're going to use in a second. 4 tens add 8 tens, and then 1 10 at the bottom is 13. So I'm going to write the 3 here, and I'm going to carry it across. Now that's because we're talking about tens. So we had 13 tens, and 10 tens is 100, which is why this one is down here. 3 hundredths and 4 hundredths and 1 hundredths is 8 hundredths. Let's just check. 5 units and 9 units is 14. We've carried the 1. 4 add 8 is, and then add carrying the 1 at the bottom is 13. So I put the 3 and carried the 1, and then 3 and 4 and 1 is 8. So I know that I've done my best and I've checked it, so then I can write my answer in the end of the number sentence at the top. The next numbers that we're going to add together are 4,455 and 7,584. Now again, it's really important that we add these numbers together in the correct columns. So when you write them out, it might be helpful to add the place value columns of thousands, hundreds, tens and units, maybe even going into tenths and hundredths depending on how big or small your number is. So I'll write the number out as it is recorded in the number sentence. 4,455 and then 7,584. As before, I'm going to use the addition sign and I'm going to put the equal sign at the bottom, which is going to remind me that I've used all of the parts of the number sentence so that I can begin. 5 add 4 is 9, and because the number is less than 10, I don't need to carry anything. 5 add 8 is 13. 3 goes here, and the 1 gets carried across. 4 and 5 is 9. Add the 1 as well is 10, which means we're going to write 0 in this column, and then we're going to carry the 1 across there. 4 add 7 add 1 is 12. Now we're going to put the 2 there, but I've not got any other lines. It doesn't feel like I've got another column to add the 1 to, but I'm still going to put it in what would be the 10,000s column, which is 1 I'm going to add there. So then, because there is only 1 in the 10,000s column, it's going to be 10,000. Go back and check. 5 and 4 is 9, 5 and 8 is 13, 3 there, carried the 1. 4 and 5 and 1 is 10, 0 there, and then carried the 1 across. 4 and 7 is 11. Add the 1 below is 12, carried 1 across is 10,000, and that's the only one in that column, which then means we can write it up at the top to complete the number sentence. We always want to make sure we complete the number sentence to show off the hard work that we've already done. This is the last question that I'm going to do before you have a go as well. So we're going to add the columns that we're going to need. Now this time you can see that there are 5 digits in each of the numbers. So just like at the end of the last question, we're actually going to need to add a 10,000ths column. So there's 10,000ths, thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. Then we can write the numbers in as they are written. 34,455 and 48,765. We're going to add the equal sign and the addition sign, and then we can start to add. The first column is 5 at 5. Now 5 at 5 is 10, but there are no units in 10, so we're going to write 0 in the units column, but there is one 10 in 10, so we write that under there in the tens column. 5 tens and 6 tens and 1 10 are 12 tens, so there are 2 tens there, and then there are 10 tens that need to go in the hundred column. So that's 1 10 that goes in the hundred column. 4 hundredths and 7 hundredths is 11 hundredths. Add 1 is 12 hundredths, which means again we need to write the 2 in the hundreds column, and then the 1 we're going to carry across into the thousands column. Now there are 4 thousands and 8 thousands, so that is 12 thousands, and then we add the 1 underneath, which is 13 thousands. Carry the 1 across, and we're nearly there. 30,000 and 40,000 and the 1,000, or just 3 and 4 and 1, is 8. And because it's under 10, we don't need to carry anything. Let's just check. 5 at 5 is 10, 0 in the units column, 1 in the tens column. 5 and 6 and 1 is 12, 2 in the tens column, 1 in the hundreds column. 4 and 7 and 1 is 12 as well, so 2 goes in the hundreds column and 1 goes in the thousands column. 4 add 8 and 1 is 13. We carry the 1 and write the 3 in the thousands column. 3 and 4 and 1 is 8. Therefore, we can write the number at the top, finishing off the number sentence like we've done before. Always remembering to add the comma after every 3 digits. Now it's your turn to have a go. Pause the video in a second and use the numbers that are at the top of the video to do your own working. When you're happy and you feel like you're ready to go through it, then unpause the video and we'll go through it all together. So the first thing we need to do is to draw out the numbers like we have previously. Now I can see already that the number on the left, 78,975, is nearly at 100,000, and 47,991 is going to push this number over 100,000, which means I'm going to, before we even start, I'm going to draw in a 100,000s column. So we've got 100,000s, 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. Now, because there are so many more digits, we're much more likely to make really silly mistakes. So we need to take our time and do it really carefully. So we're going to write out the numbers underneath each of their columns. So 78,975 and 47,991. We're going to add the equal sign in underneath like we've done previously. We're going to add the plus sign there, which is going to be quite helpful as well. And now we're ready to go. 5 add 1 is 6, and because that number is not bigger than 9, we're not going to have to carry it. 7 add 9 is 6 as well. There are 6, it's going to go in the tens column, and we're going to carry the 1 across. 9 add 9 is 18, add the 1 is 19, carry the 1. 8 add 7 is 15, add the 1 is 16. 6 goes there, carry the 1. Now 7 add 4 is 11, add 1 is 12. And just like in one of the first questions, we're going to have to add our extra 1 that we've carried into a column that doesn't really exist. But as you can see, there is nothing else in the 100,000s column, therefore I'm going to add it there. And then, as I said before, going to check it really carefully to make sure that I've not made any silly mistakes. 5 and 1 is 6. 7 add 9 is 16. 6 goes in the tens column, and I've carried a 1. 9 add 9 is 18, and I've used the 1 up to 19, and then I've carried 1 across. 7 add 8 is 15, and I've used the 1 to make it 16, and I've carried the 1 across. 7 add 4, add 1 at the bottom, is 12. 2 goes in the 10,000s column, and I've carried 1 across. Because that was the only thing in the 100,000s column, I know that I've only got 100,000. And because I'm happy with my answer, I'm going to write it in by the equal sign to complete my sentence. If you're feeling quite confident, then you can have a go at adding using some of the numbers below. If you're not feeling quite so confident, then you can always go back to the beginning of the video and watch it as many times as you need to help you build your confidence with the method. If you're feeling very, very confident, then try decimal 1 and decimal 2 columns, but make sure that you add the numbers together, making sure that the numbers are in the correct place value columns.